Hello and welcome to this video in which I'm going to take you through some of my methods for identifying great keywords and groups of keywords for creating content for your site. And this is the kind of content that is going to magnetically pull in those visitors and is also going to help you to not only build that authority site but eventually to create your own products. So let's get started with Google. And what I've done here is, you can probably see I've started to enter the term clicker dog training. Now this is because I've used the clicker example as you saw in the PDF, but also I know that it's a very popular training system for dogs. And if I enter it into Google, we come up with these results, which is great. You know, we can see there's 422,000 results, so that's a high level of interest. We've got all sorts of sites down here through which you can take a look. We've got the clicker trainers on Amazon to have a look at, and so on. But this is where I really want you to look. And it's down at the bottom of the page where we have searches related to clicker dog training. So we have dog clicker training tips. What does a dog clicker do? Pros and cons, clicker training basics, clicker training puppy, dog clicker app, and so on. Now, a lot of these are great ideas for you to group your content. What do I mean by this? For example, if you write an article on, shall we say, dog clicker training tips, as we can see there, you can then go on to write another article on what does a dog clicker do, and then you might want to do a review piece on the best dog clicker, but also clicker training basics and clicker training your puppy. Now, if you group these articles in this way, it means that later on you can easily create a product on the topic by simply taking your best content, expanding on it a little if you wish, perhaps turning it into video, and thereby creating a product, or indeed your own lead magnet if you want to. So this way of finding long tail keywords, because this is what these are, means that you can see the level of interest, and what you can then do is plug each of these terms into the Google keyword tool to get an idea of the search volume for each keyword. Although with this amount of results you can see there's quite a good search volume. So if we, for example, then take each of these searches in turn, which is what I do, so we have a dog clicker training tips, and then we have more ideas for content here. Obviously you don't just rip someone's content off, but you create your own, but there's plenty here for you to use as research and as material. And then if you look down the bottom of the page, again you see the searches related to, and we see clicker training basics again. So let's have a look there. There you go. So you get plenty of material. You can also see what's happening down here. Should I clicker train my puppy? Clicker training videos, which you could find and embed on your site. How does clicker training work? And so on. All of these make great titles for blog pieces, and this is one of the best ways I know, one of the easiest ways to find these groups of articles that you can then go on to easily turn into your own products. So clicker training puppy, let's just have a look down here. Your puppy clicker training schedule, puppy clicker game, interesting. Clicker training puppy not to bite. This is what people are searching for. It's what they want to find out about when it comes to clicker training. And of course you can then expand into other areas of dog training. You can do this for any keywords. You could have a whole grouping centered around weight loss techniques, around internet marketing, and so on. You simply keep going down to the searches related to section and having a look at what happens when you click on those to come up with endless content ideas. Does clicker training work? Wow, nearly 2.5 million results. Now that is a really interesting one. Obviously I would have an article that starts with "Does clicker training work?" That would be its title, and then I would use that in the first paragraph as well. And this is how you use these long tail keywords. Of course, you can also use them in your social media posts, in your Facebook posts, in all the content that drives people to your site. You can use them as the titles for your YouTube videos, and it simply means that you have ready sources of content that you can then monetize endlessly. Let's have a look at another option, which for me is Quora. Now, Quora is one of my favorite ask and answer sites, and if I enter in dog here, we can go down to dog training because it groups everything by topic. So if you simply put in your basic keyword up the top, you can come up with all kinds of ideas. So I have a look at the dog training. Did you ever teach your dog something you would now like to get them to stop doing? How can you stop a dog from farting? A wonderful article. How can I stop my friend's dog from jumping on me? Let's have a look. Now you see the responses to all of these. The first one up here, 30 plus comments, a lot of interaction. How can I stop the dog from jumping on me? Over 3,000 upvotes and 29 comments. How do I train my German Shepherd not to bite? Less comments. How do I use an electric shock collar for dog training? Very controversial topic. A lot of comments on that, not a surprise. What are the common mistakes new dog owners make? Interesting. Now, it has quite a lot of comments, not a huge amount of upvotes, but I think, you know, that would make a great topic. So you can use Quora by simply plugging in that basic keyword, and then you get dog lovers, dog training, dog behavior. Let's have a look there and see if we get more ideas. Okay. What's the bite force of a bull mastiff? I dread to think. Do dogs have a favourite human? That has a huge amount of upvotes. Never mind my it's got over 11,000 upvotes and 80 comments, which means that is a hot topic. So again, Quora is a great source of more unusual subject matter titles, but again, stuff that really gets people talking. And you want to see what gets people talking, because you want people to engage with your content. If you post it on social media, you obviously want a lot of comments and debate. You want to drive people to your site. You want to use user-generated content on your site, which means the comments people leave there, because all of it leads to more and more, exponentially more and more activity, more interaction, more authority for you, and essentially more income. So another place we look, obviously, is good old Google Trends. And if we think of, shall we say, well, let's look at clicker training again. So we've got clicker training for dogs. Let's not look at the book. Let's keep the topic wide. It's a search term. Now we're just checking to see if, in fact, this is still a sustained topic, if this is still evergreen, if this is something that people, interest over time. That's interesting. Let's go. Oh, very strange. I just looked at this. Which only goes to show that not only is this live, but things can change in a flash on the internet. Let's look at the UK, because I happen to know that it's the UK and the US are the two countries that are very interested in dog clicker training, and you know, my site is UK oriented because I'm looking for business which is local to me, which is in London and the UK, as well as, of course, selling my affiliate items, but I'm not averse to global interest as well. So we have a look. Okay, right, now we get some interest over time, and with some, you know, the obvious peaks and troughs you get. For some bizarre reason, there was a big decline in August, but ultimately it's pretty much sustained interest, and we see that England is the most interested. There we go. If I take this to, I just want to try and take it back to worldwide. There we go. It did work this time. Okay. So yeah, it pretty much parallels the UK one. Interest by region. As I said, the UK and the United States are the most interested regions. Clicker training your dog. How to clicker train a dog. Clicker for dog training. So what you can do is look at the related queries here, which is what I always do. And again, you can make a note of all of these long tail keywords that come up. And if you want an idea of the search volume, you can plug them into the Google Keyword Tool. So another place I look is on forums, because forums are where people love to gather. And this one is a particularly active one. It's actually a pet forum. It's not just dedicated to dogs, but I've gone to the dog forum section. Now there are forums for all kinds of niches and topics, and honestly the best way to find one is to type in dog plus forum on Google search, internet marketing plus forum, and it will bring up for you the forums which are usually the most active, and then you just dive in and have a look. Now what I find with forums is I get a fantastic range of, first of all, kind of broad search areas I can use in the Google Keyword Tool again. So dog health and nutrition, dog breeding, dog training and behavior. So if we go into dog training and behavior, okay, with our hypothetical dog training site here. Okay, so house training your pup or older dog, resource guarding. Oh, this is a massive one. How to help a dog with separation anxiety. I know a lot of dogs who suffer from this, particularly the ones I kind of use as my case studies. And that one, look, you've got 136,000 views on that. The latest one not so long ago. If we go back up here, house training your pup, of course, that's massive. 81,000 and so on. So what you can do is obviously go into these sub forums, heel training and harnesses, Akita behavior, and so on and so on. You can keep drilling down and down. So forums are another great source of long tail keywords, and again of article and post ideas that you can then group and eventually turn into your own products. Now here's a fabulous site. I love this. Answer the Public. I love it mostly because of this, the video on the front page and this guy. So you enter your search term, okay, and you get questions that people are asking. Now again, I've stuck in the UK because that's where I am, but you stick in what you want, and you get this marvelous wheel thing showing up with all sorts of long tail keyword suggestions, like how dog training works, how to dog training at home. Well, I would turn that into how to train your dog at home, obviously. Which dog training whistle, which dog training book, who started dog training. Here we go. What do dog training clickers do? What are dog training bells? All fantastic ideas for you to use, again, on your blog posts, indeed, within your products, and as keywords for your SEO. Now, Ubersuggest, another site. By the way, I'm going to put links to all these sites beneath this video, so don't worry about that. Ubersuggest, again, I stick in my broad keyword term just to see what it comes up with for me. Okay, I could have stuck in clicker training, but let's stick at dog training. And then you get a vast amount of alphabetized results. Now the alphabetical bit comes after your initial keyword term. So for example, dog training Austin, dog training aids, dog training and boarding, and so on. Now, one word of advice here. Obviously you don't use local terms unless you are using them if it's related to your local services, for example a local dog training service, or indeed your local consulting service that you're offering. I'm just scrolling down here. you do find this, that there is an awful lot of kind of localized stuff that comes up on this site, but you still get, again, some really good ideas. Dog training food, dog training harness. And again, this is all the stuff that people are interested in right now. As you can see, we'll probably see an awful lot of local stuff, but that's great because it underlines how people search, particularly locally, for dog trainers, for dog training schools, dog training services. I know they're at a premium, and I mean, around here, people can charge an absolute fortune. I have considered a career change and thought, no. But there's all that local intent. Dog training qualifications UK. Now that could make an interesting article when you want to attract B2B, business to business. You might have someone who's just setting up their dog training business and wants to look into what qualifications they need. You might have a dog training quiz. That would be fun. Or, you know, an article on dog training insurance, for example. These are the sorts of articles that will attract B2B clients to your site. And my last suggestion for you is called Keyword Tool. There you go. And again, you simply type in your keyword, and you have a choice here of Google, YouTube, Bing, Amazon, or App Store, which makes this, I find, particularly handy as a sort of one-stop shop. But again, if you want your search volume, because if you, and I have said that I want to keep all the resources in this course for you free, so you will need to go to the actual Google keyword tool to get your search volumes, because if you just, wait one sec, let me have a look what's on Google here. We get our results, but you see they blurred out the search volumes, and that's because they'd like you to pay for their Pro tool. However, again, it gives you a vast amount of long tail keywords. Let's have a look. Start a dog training business, a great article for your site to attract B2B. Dog training bells, again, dog training basics, dog training bag, and so on and so on. So you can see that you can use all of these suggestions, and again, the links are there for you below the video, so that you can go and find for yourself some really great long tail keywords to create endless content which will boost the SEO of your site, and which you can also use to turn into your own products to earn even more income and to boost your own authority. Okay, go and have an explore and enjoy.